Hey, this short yoga sequence is great for when you want to go inwards, be with yourself, listen to your thoughts, um, isolate slightly from the outside world, which is absolutely fine to do every once in a while. Feel free to wear your pajamas, socks on. I have a bolster that I'm going to use. However, if you don't have a bolster, you can use um, blankets, pillows, or in some cases, nothing at all. But having something soft to support you might feel quite nice. We're going to start in a child's pose. And feel free to take any version of child's pose that you like. I'm gonna have my big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, and I'm gonna bring my bolster in between my thighs. Just slowly roll down onto it. You can have the forehead down. You can have one of your ears down. And then after about 10 breaths, I'm gonna just tell you to switch sides. This is a really good pose to do when we are in that state of trying to listen to ourselves. Because child's pose usually involves touching your forehead down to the ground, and that enables you to access your intuition, which is something that's probably a little bit louder than on days when we're all um, sociable and outdoorsy. If you have one of your chicks on your bolster, you can switch to the other side. And we'll stay here for another 10 breaths. I'm just gonna shut up and allow you to enjoy this. We have about 5 more breaths here. Please make yourself as comfortable as you can. Have your hips reaching for your heels. And try to let go for another 2. Slowly roll yourself up. Keep the bolster or your pillows or blankets where they are. Just come to have your knees to one side and the hip is just near your bolster. You can totally do this without any props. However, the twist will get a bit more intense. And then turn. Feel free to wiggle and move your knees until you find that position where you can turn so that you can rest your chest down. So it's a mild twist. Have your legs, feet completely relaxed. Again, one side of your head on the bolster. And you can have your gaze same way as the knees or the opposite way to get a whole twist in the spine, twisting from both directions. And we're gonna hang here for about 10 more breaths. All the poses, they should feel like a hug that you're giving yourself. And then pause and listen to whatever your intuition has to say. Gonna gently lift up. Switch the legs to the other side. Just gonna move the bolster so it can still face you. And then move around until you find the position that works for you on this side. And take your attention to your breath. Maybe you can listen to it. It makes a sound almost like the ocean, bringing the waves in as you inhale. And then back to the sea as you exhale, clearing the beach, clearing your thoughts, your tension with each exhale. Pausing here for another 10 breaths. Gonna slowly roll up. Again, having the bolster where it is. You're gonna move into Pigeon, and please feel free to go into a figure 4 stretch on your back if Pigeon doesn't work for you. Let's start with the right side. Bring the right knee just next to the right wrist, and then slide the left leg back. If your hip here is not quite touching the ground, you can prop it with a blanket or a pillow, and then either go down on your forearms, or for more support, you can bring your pillows so you can again melt down. Let those great ideas come up. And listen when we do have ideas, when our intuition speaks to us. We better listen. Something inside of you is telling you what to do because it knows better. And yes, sometimes we have to reason and listen to logic. But there's also a reason why you have those ideas. And this is why time like this, when we feel maybe a bit down, just wanting to be alone in a cave, why not honor this time by taking advantage of this heightened sense of intuition? It's connection with yourself, and we crave that all the time. Gonna be here for another 5 breaths, and then we're gonna switch sides. whether you're on the bolster or on your forearms, press yourself up. You can allow yourself to fall onto that right hip. Bring the legs in. Come back into your hands and knees, switching sides. Left knee behind the left wrist, and then sliding that right leg back. And let's find a position where we can stay for about 10-15 breaths. And again, it's time for me to shut up and allow you to enjoy the feeling. Last two. Coming back on the hands, allow yourself to fall onto the left hip. Bring your legs forward and have the bolster in front of you. You can also have the knees slightly bent. And from here, we're going to take one forward fold to finish the sequence. We'll be here for maybe 10 breaths. You can make it as comfortable as you want. I'm using my bolster almost as a prop to pull myself forward, but also resting my chest on something. Slowly roll yourself up, remove your prop. If you feel the need to give yourself a stretch, and release. Thank you for joining me, and remember that these times when we, as I said, just want to be in a cave alone, they're still great for us to connect with that inner knowing, with intuition. So why not see it as a good thing? Thank you for practicing with me, and I'll see you on the next one.